Local beekeepers are concerned about recent losses in their colonies and how pesticides might contribute. Representatives from the Department of Agriculture met with North Central Beekeepers Association today. Becky Parker explains the concerns they addressed.
The North Central Beekeepers Association recently had their club hives completely wiped out.
We did some testing on the comb and we found high levels of chlorothalonil and chlorpyrifos. Those chemicals on their own are toxic, but when combined with some of the chemicals that the beekeepers use in their hives, they become increasingly toxic.
Some studies link colony collapse disorder to pesticides, so with the start of growing season, it's on beekeepers' minds. Representatives from the Department of Agriculture spoke about pesticides and pollinators at Brainerd's Northland Arboretum.
It's been a while since we talked to the beekeepers. We're just going to interact with them and see some of their concerns in regard to pesticide applications and talk about a little bit about communication between the pesticide applicators and the beehive, the honeybee growers.
Colony collapse disorder is a phenomenon in which worker bees inexplicably disappear. Many northern Minnesota beehives have suffered significant losses. Researchers are still exploring how pesticides may relate to colony collapse disorder, but Greg Kramers with the Minnesota Department of Agriculture says simply following the instructions on the label of these chemicals is a good precaution to take. The Department of Agriculture enforces the instructions on pesticide labels. They also highlighted the importance of communication between the local growers and beekeepers. Even people using chemicals or fertilizers in their yards need to consider the effects.
One of our big problems is with the dandelion bloom. Bees love dandelions. It's a great source of both nectar and pollen and really gives the insects a shot in the arm for the spring so that they can possibly make a honey crop during the year. And if people go out and spray that stuff when it's in bloom or leave a residue of spray on the dandelion blossoms, then we're all in big trouble.
With good communication, precautions, and everyone doing their part, the beekeepers hope the bees will be protected. Becky Parker, Lakeland News.
Bees and other pollinators are essential in growing certain fruits and vegetables.
If you've enjoyed this segment of Lakeland News, please consider making a tax-deductible contribution to Lakeland Public Television.